المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم من جديد مع برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي. كما عودناكم في كل أسبوع نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات، قصة نجاح حدثنا إلى الدولة منذ 33 عاما. Dr. Sunny, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We are so lucky to be here with you in your clinic. Our team said to you, welcome in our program.
Thank you very much for being here and coming here to interview me.
And we would like to know about yourself. Who's Dr. Sunny when he came to this country at the first time and what he's doing at this moment?
Dr. Sunny came to this country in 1990. Beginning of 1990. Now you'll ask me why I came here. I came here en route to go to United Kingdom. I finished my MD in 1989, and soon after that I thought I will go towards Europe or America. So I got a chance to go to the UK, but I didn't want to go to the UK directly. I thought I'll work because that time UAE had opened up for specialists. So they wanted new specialists. So I came here with the hope of working here for some time before going to the UK. And that's how I landed in the UK, the UAE. I did my interview. Those days we had interviewed to get our license. I got license both from Dubai and MOH, which covered all other Emirates. My wife also came along with me. She's a physician. I'm a pediatrician. So she got license only from she didn't get license from Dubai because she didn't have a diploma. So we both wanted to work together. So we applied in all the ministry, but that is a time when the Gulf War started, So we were not able to get a suitable placing. So the only option was to go back to India or because we were not getting a suitable posting here. Then I said, why not start? Somebody gave us an idea, why not start on our own? That's how I started my clinic in December 1990.
So we are talking about the timing in that time in 1990, still Dubai or UAE growth, right?
Yes.
It was the vision of Sheikh Zayed, and His Highness Sheikh Zayed was start to let UAE grow. So from India, from UK, from USA, that's all the door open to you. You take the decision to be here. Why?
Because between UAE and India, there is a long tie. It's not happening now. Hundreds of years, we have a strong tie with Arab Peninsula, UAE in particular. We had traders coming from. So always for us, we don't say UAE those days. We say Dubai. Dubai was a preferred destination because we found the people very comfortable. The acceptance of Indian people, especially Indian doctors, was very high. We were not treated like strangers. And I used to read a lot about this great country because I didn't have a chance. So when I came here, I knew this country was even greater than what I thought. Because you mentioned Sheikh Zayed, His Highness Sheikh Zayed, and also I should mention the same tune, His Highness Sheikh Rashid bin Zayed. These two, I always see them together, the great visionaries for this country. And of course, all the succeeding highnesses have followed the path. But the vision to give this country the roadmap was amazing. It's amazing.
Doctor, always we are talking about the business or the work, we are talking about the passion. Passion, if we are not enjoying, so I will stop. This is your words. If you are not enjoying, I will stop working. We are talking about the age from 1990 to 1915 to 2015, this age, and after that we talk about the other age from 15 until now. Let's talk about first age, what you was doing.
Yeah, so when I came here, you just understand the situation. Just 30 years old. Finished master degree, didn't practice in India. So that stage I have to establish myself as a doctor, new father, family man, make a name for himself, make some financial security. So I never came here to start a clinic or to grow a medical chain. This all happened chance to chance. It was never by design. So I was lucky that the people accepted me. The people have to accept you. Then the ministry was very open to all the new developments that I brought along. I was able to recruit good staff, good doctors, good team. It's teamwork. Medical is a teamwork. And also, I had staff who stuck with me. Usually today you see, after 1 year they leave, or 2 years they're just jumping. Those days, attrition rate was very low. So because we could connect with the doctors, keep them together with us. And also, success depends on how you do. Like you said, passion. So I had passion. I had my staff to understand what is passion. I have a saying: don't chase money. Follow your passion, do your work, do it sincerely. Your financial benefit is automatic byproduct. It's an automatic byproduct. So people, followed my. So they also thought, if this fellow can do it, we can also do it. So and I should at this juncture thank also the people. I have practiced in Sharjah all my life, and you cannot succeed in UAE without having those days, and even today, without having a local partner, a local person. So I'm very lucky that I had Sheikh Majid with me, Sheikh Majid bin Hamad Al-Qasmi. Today, I treat him like my brother. He's my brother, and you grow when you have somebody who is with you, like a shade, like with you, like a shadow, not a shade. A shade doesn't let you grow, like a shadow with you. And I touch wood, I never had a chance to disturb him for anything, but you need a good support here. So I had this support of my local partner and also the people. This is how you grow.
To prove yourself in this market, it's so hard. I'm talking about the country which have more than 200 different nationalities, and the challenge is so high. So how we can prove ourselves in this community?
It's a challenge and it's a beauty. So you do your work. It's very simple. I tell people, something which is simple, don't complicate. Do your work. What are you qualified as? Doctor, physician, dentist. You have a certain professional training and professional knowledge, use it. And you follow your path, you will succeed. It's when you start thinking left and right, or why that person and why this person. This country, one advantage that you get in this country is you focus. It lets you to focus. It doesn't let other things interfere with you. They take care of it. Okay? This country, let me tell you, I have 2 daughters and my wife. They go driving to Dubai 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I never worry. They can drive on their own. It's a very, very family-friendly, very lady-friendly country. Don't forget that. You don't get that in Europe. You don't get that in the Americas. You don't get that even in my own country. In my country, 9 o'clock, if I'm not back home, my mother is still alive, she gives me a call, where are you? Come back home. In UAE, so this is the beauty of UAE, So it's a very safe country. You do your work. I tell people also, you focus. Don't get politics. Don't get other things. This country is a very, very, very work-focused country. What are you here for? You're here to work. See, I come from a different land. So why did I choose this country? To work. And this lets you grow. This country, you focus, it lets you grow. Whether it's a doctor, engineer, accountant, even a worker, it lets you grow. Your rights are protected. Nobody can cheat you. And the system is good. The crime rate is so low, so it's good.
Before I talk to you, doctor, so I wasn't understanding how you treat your patients. So, but now after we talk and you mentioned that you don't accept insurance because you need to give a time for your patient, it's making me shocked. So, how much you love your patients, or you take?
No, it's not that I don't accept insurance. I accept insurance because insurance is part and parcel. It's that I miss the days when there was no insurance. I miss the days. Why? Those days it was a direct connect. See what happens is, insurance is today become necessary all over. But for me, as an old-time doctor, I prefer the not doing the insurance. The reason being that it becomes one-to-one, and it is also, I am responsible for the medicines. I am also responsible now, but every factor takes into account. Now when this insurance is there is a little bit of a middleman coming in, and I think if it is not done properly, that middleman or the middle system can mess up the relationship between the patient and the doctor. So it becomes, I will tell you, sometimes, I will tell you a small example, there's a lot of examples, is that I want to do certain tests for you. Sometimes I have seen you are the patient, and somebody sitting remote says this test cannot be done. It is always in medicine, always 1 + 1 is not equal to 2. I cannot explain to you that this patient requires a particular test. Only I can decide. I face this difficulty from time to time. Okay, this especially in children. Now, I will give another example. This child, by textbook, doesn't require an injection. Say it's an antibiotic. But I have seen this child, I know this child is not going to swallow the antibiotic. So I give an injection. So sometimes the textbook description is not there. It's a practical issue, especially you see here. So how can I justify that? So then time is lost. So this is why I prefer the old system. Okay, there are people who say that, this brings down the cost and everything. There's a debate for another day. But this is what. So I accept insurance because I cannot survive, because most people are here on insurance. But I miss the days when there was no insurance. So it was directly between. So I always say, you give the service, they come back to you. It's pay and receive. If you look at it in a business point of view, you pay and you get you get money's worth. If you don't get your money's worth, you're not going to come back to me. If I overcharge or over prescribe or over investigate, you're not going to come back.
Doctor, I would like to talk about 2008. From 2000 and 2008, it was a growth in all UAE, and it was so fast.
Yes.
What you was doing that time?
No, I was busy growing myself. So that is when I expanded into many clinics from one clinic. So I realized that my patients were finding it difficult to come from. I was focused on Sharjah. Mm-hmm. I had 12 clinics in Sharjah at one point of time in different areas of Sharjah, because Sharjah itself, I grew along with Sharjah. So Sharjah itself, you had Al Nahda growing, you had Buhaira growing, you had Rola growing, you had Muela growing. So all areas were growing rapidly. That was the time, the 2000s that you mentioned. That was before there was a lull after that. So it was growing rapidly. So we had to keep in pace. And that's when, as I told you earlier, that's when once it grew at a certain stage, I started enjoying running the clinic less and less. So if you remember, if you don't have you have a passion, but if you don't enjoy it, that's when I stopped enjoying that part. That's when I said I will exit from this. I started thinking from 2010, 2011. I said, am I enjoying it? I'm enjoying practicing, seeing kids, but as a business, I was not enjoying what I was doing. That's when in 2015, I decided to exit from running the clinics.
From 1,000 total the family, so until now we're talking about how many persons working with you now?
Now, you see, you're a doctor once, you do this, you want to do it again. Now, I have almost 500 people working again now. Mm-hmm. I restarted in 2016. I have more than 500 staff now working.
So, doctor, in our business life, we are talking about number one. And why we are here, because you are one of the best. When we remember number one, we have to remember His Highness words, Sheikh Muhammad, when he say, it's hard to be number one, but the hardest is to stay on the same level. How we can always be on the top and never go and step back in our business life.
Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid is again a wonderful man, and he's a master of management, So he's everything that he says is golden words. Yes. I also believe in that. To be number one, you can manage somehow, but to remain number one is this thing. So if you don't innovate, you have to constantly innovate. You have to constantly make changes. Never sit, the chair on top is always a very shaky chair. You can fall out of that chair anytime. So you know that your competition is just behind you. So you need to do things differently. So my journey I will pick up from 2015 after this one. So I realized that the outpatient the model is already saturated. What was lacking in Sharjah was people were, with the improvement of healthcare, people were living longer. Okay, you had earlier 60 was considered to be a time to think about dying. Today 60 is your second, second engine that you put on 60. So today people live towards 80, 90. It's normal. You can have 3, 4 disease, but still live with hospital care. The level of care in UAE has come up. So people are living longer with certain disability. So with that, I found there was a gap between the need and supply. So that's how I focused on doing home health care, which I'm doing my major focus is towards home health care. And even the vision of Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasmi, His Highness, our ruler, he's a visionary again. I have to mention him because he thinks again much ahead. So he thought of providing care to the elderly and to people at home. I am following his, so you keep your ears to the ground, you get the answers. So I was following His Highness's vision, and so when he mentioned that, so I am in tune with that. So we have now structured our focus towards home-based healthcare. Now we are the largest provider in Sharjah of home-based healthcare. We are going towards getting dialysis at home, getting children's care at home for those who cannot attend the hospitals. So we have got a lot of ideas. And on the same coin, I'll mention to you that His Highness has had the vision to start the healthcare city in Sharjah. It's there, it's coming up. So we have actively got involved in that. We are starting to have a facility for elderly there. So this is so we are growing along with the vision of the rulers here, the people here. So you have to grow along with the need of the society. You cannot get something strange and try to plug it in. No. You are aware of what's happening in the society and then you grow with them. This is what.
When we talk about Dr. Sunny, so anyone in Sharjah, exactly, so he knows Dr. Sunny, or maybe he one of his patients. Dr. Sunny, he mentioned that he's still hungry to educate. He learns from UAE every day. What you learn more from UAE? What I learned from UAE is, by the way, I will have a slight addition to what you said. Today, Dr. Sunny, by God's grace, many people don't know me. But that is a trust. Okay? So what you learn from UAE is a very simple country. People think it's complicated. It's a very, very basic, simple country. It is based on a lot of trust. It is based on trust. So everything else is glitter, okay? You see the big buildings, you see the big highways, big cars, all. But the basic DNA of UAE is trust. You lose the trust, you lose everything. So do everything to keep it simple. What is my job here? Treat people, right? Everything else is immaterial. So as long as you connect with the people, so don't lose and also act towards the need of the people, whether it is Emirati population, whether it is expat population. What is my job? My job is as a healer. And I realized during COVID, let me add, during the lockdown, that we had a lot of people falling very sick, and we had a lot of people even losing their life. One lesson I learned is that medicine cannot cure everything. But if you are healthy, you can fight many diseases. So the other path I learned from COVID I'm taking is the wellness path. All this while we are taking medicine, tahleel, this one. Now, healthy mind, healthy body is also very, very important. So this is the other thing. This is my new focus, not by medicine, healthy by your body and healthy by your food, eating habits, your lifestyle, and simple things to teach you to make yourself, empower yourself to be healthy. So wellness. So all this while as a doctor, we were taught to diagnose, treat. How to make even a child. Now I spend more time telling the parents
which food to eat, which food to avoid, and what to do. Many parents are now following my path, because in this we are almost like Western world. There is so much of junk food available. So this is what is my new focus, that preventive and wellness as important or more important than curing things.
Doctor, did you try to write a book or something for the people?
I wish, but I have a lot of things to do. I have no time to sit and write the book. So I wish, maybe I will start writing the book. So when I'm talking to you, I'm getting ideas. I myself, when I talk to you, I'm thinking, there is, when you ask these questions, I'm thinking, it's been a long journey, and touch wood, I have had good fortune also, because, everything doesn't work the way you plan. You need good support, you need hard work, and you need the grace of God. So by touch wood, I have been blessed in that way. So
I'm the first one who will take this book if you write it, inshallah.
I will surely, and I will make sure that, definitely this is in my mind, but the problem is that there is so much work to be done. But I think I should, because this is an experience even for, you know what, now that you mentioned, just the other day, one of the young doctors, pediatrician, he asked me, so what should I do? Why don't you write a book as your journey? Because he knows, he was following me, and he said, you are different, so you exited in this one. I said, I'm different because I listen to my patients. You see, when a patient comes to you, don't treat him like a business. I talk to the parents, I talk to the child, so you get a good idea. So you never treat an individual, you treat the unit. Now, for example, you come to me as a patient. It's not enough I need to know how your wife is treating you, how your children are, what is the stress, how is your work. So we have to treat you in the whole environment, not just as a person.
Let's talk about a new family. When someone married a wife and they get a new son, so the first son always, they don't know how to treat him. They're always going with him to clinics, because if he's cough, they're scared. What your advice for these new people?
I don't advise them. I become their grandfather or their grandmother. Many times I become the grandmother. Because in UAE you understand that many of them live as nuclear families. Even Emiratis. Many of them move out of the house, so they don't, some of them don't have the support of the grandparents. No auntie. The old Emirati system is all of them live in the house. The grandmother. The children grows with their auntie, this one. It's not, so Indian now is always like this. Earlier Emirati, but now the new trend is, because Sharjah is growing, Emirati is growing, everybody wants to be in their own house. The problem with that is, you don't get the support of your grandparents. Okay, you don't get the support of the auntie. So what happens is, you are confused. Then you go Google, or you go phone call. Both are...
You will lose the experience.
No, both are giving you wrong advice. So they come to me. So then I have to first keep my doctor apart, become the grandfather or grandmother, depending on what the situation is. You have to be marriage counselor, because the most stressful time is pregnancy and newborn. Because the husbands, they feel that all these things is the duty of the wife. And the wife doesn't realize that husband has a job and he's stressed in the job. So we have to balance it. So very often you act as marriage counselor, advisor, grandfather, and then doctor. So the answer to your question is, you have to wear many hats in the clinic, not just a doctor. Okay, what is there? Colic. No, they're not said. They have more questions. Some of them are very simple to answer. So a new family with a child coming in is just more than writing medicine. It's also acting as a friend, father, philosopher, counselor, multiple role. So it comes with experience. So the new doctors, so I will tell you another example. I had a junior doctor working with me. So he was with the phone all the time. What is there? Fever, cough, khalas. So you don't feel. You want to go to the next doctor. Like in and out. This one you can go to the pharmacy and get this. They come to you for support. It's not only new. It's not only children. Even a person working in a say he is working as a laborer, say for example, even he can go to the pharmacy and he wants to discuss something with you. Maybe the issue is not his cold or cough. The issue is he's stressed. He's missing his family. He's not gone home for 4 years. You see?
So even when you want to discuss with them personal life, personal things.
Of course, you are a human being. You are not an animal. You have feelings. You know, right from the richest man to the person who is not so privileged. Everybody wants to be treated as a human being. See, you're having fever and cough is separate. You need to put your hand on his shoulder. Treat him like a human being. So we forget that. I'm telling you, as doctors, we forget that. The more advanced you get into medicine, we become too much with our phone and with the books, which is why I go back to the point, when you have all this on the system and insurance, we miss that human touch. That human touch. It's very important. We are here, I'm here today talking to you. You told me that, you heard about me. Why? I write the same medicines what other people write. I do the same diet. Maybe I'm not as good as many of the doctors here. But one thing I do is I connect with people and I spend time with them. So this one, maybe that is what we lack today. Maybe that connect, it becomes too much business. Why do you think I started losing interest in what I was doing? Is because I was losing it was too much stress. Complete the form, do this one, enter this, enter the code. Then are you not forgetting the patient? Are you not forgetting the guy sitting in front of you or the child sitting in front of you? That is the issue.
Yes, because when we talk about 5 years back until now, we are talking about the advertise always for the medicine, not for the doctor. Yes. The advertise for that medicine good, not that doctor.
Yes.
So word of mouth, the most important advertising for all the doctors over the world.
Yes.
So how we can regrow it.
Yes. So don't miss the focus. Is that we also become today, I'm saying I'm also guilty of that, is that we become too much, we forget the individual, right? So it is not the fever or the cough. You are the individual. So you are stressed, you're working 24/7, you have not got salary for 3 months, you have got your credit card bills lying, plus you got headache, plus you got cough. So I have to understand you. Then only I can cure you. Because I feel curing is also psychological. So when I talk to you for 15 minutes, the headache will still be there, but you feel better. Better than any Panadol, right?
True.
Talking to me, don't you feel better already today?
Well, that I am.
Yeah. So this is what, even in an interview. So I thought you didn't know about me today. So talking to me, I'm sure you started thinking yourself many things which in your own life. So this is what you should do. When somebody talks to you as a doctor, it's not enough to write a prescription. Make him to think and make him a better person and start thinking about his health. So very often I treat the children and the parents go back, can I consult you? I said, no, but you can start living better. One more thing in my journey, I always want to lose weight. I am overweight all the time. Maybe I was born, I never had a situation when I was the right weight. Always challenged to lose weight. So again, along the line, you have to make some drastic. I became vegan. I'm a vegan now. I used to eat meat even for breakfast. So I realized that consumption of food, especially meat, the way it is prepared today, is again lifestyle. As I mentioned, lifestyle is that we are not eating the meat as the meat should be done. So milk also is not the milk that we think traditional. I say milk is a white chemical. It's no longer the milk from the cow. The cow is artificially inseminated. Injections are given. So much of hormones are coming into it. So I'm talking about medicine. So this going to a child is not acceptable. I am a big advocate of breastfeeding. After that, go directly to the normal food. Don't bridge it with bottle feeding, because you don't require bottle feeding. But there is something in the mind of our mothers that you need to feed the milk. Where is the calcium? Where is the vitamin D? I said, believe me, you don't need. Mother's milk is required, but you don't need that. Same with meat. People think that meat is required. I'm a vegan since now 7 years. I never felt anything. I feel good. I try to eat as much fresh as possible, as much raw as possible. So I have to do it myself before I advise people. So now I meet people, I change the lifestyle in the family. Because when I change the lifestyle in the family, the children I treat, they do eat less junk food. KFC doesn't come into their house. McDonald's doesn't come to their house. I'm not against. I used to eat buckets of KFC earlier. Now today I think back and say, how can I eat that? It's okay as a treat once in a way, but having that as a regular meal is going to mess up your system. I'm not against any of these things. It's a personal choice, having all these things. But the toll that is going to take on your health, and how much then the medical system has to spend to make you all right. So, okay, so prevention again. So the other path I'm taking is wellness path. One is, you asked me from 2015, one is taking care of the elderly. By the way, I'm doing a diploma, because I'm a pediatrician, I'm doing a diploma in elderly health, in geriatric, what to do before you get this.
Doctor, we are talking about 2019, we're talking about Corona and the changing in the world. So what Corona changed in your strategies?
Corona, whatever I mentioned to you now in this last half an hour or is all a large amount of that is focused on Corona. If you ask me, elderly care, lot of elderly people suffered because the care was not structured. Today, with the vision of our rulers here, Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed, his vision, all the other sheikhs, the highnesses, they have, if you see, they have shifted the focus with a lot of focus on geriatric care. This is throughout, not only UAE, all over the world, but UAE is really a prime example. Prevention. A lot of talk is going on prevention. Vaccination. Okay, UAE was one of the top countries. I'm lucky, I'm a good evidence for that. My friends in India, by the time I got all the vaccines, they never even got the primary vaccine. I'm lucky, I'm in this country. Because I'm in this country, I had my Sinopharm and my Pfizer all ready before they got it. You know, so this is the advantage of being here. So Corona has changed the way you think. Earlier we used to think any disease you could have treatment. Corona showed you that ultimately your good health is going to be the deciding factor between life and death. So have a good health and a good health system, of course. But if you have, ultimately it comes down, say you and me, we have the same issue. You might survive because your health, overall health is better. And if my overall health is not better, between you and me, your chance of survival is more. So we want everybody to be that position that your chance of survival is more.
UAE have newcomers always, many people coming to this country, so and they are need and fair or right advice from the right person. I think we will not find a right person to give them advice. What your advice for any newcomer coming to this country?
Any newcomer coming to this country, first he should have in his own mind what he needs to be, not other people. So he needs to know where he is when he came, which position he should be. So I tell people, to answer your question simply, take your life in UAE 2 years at a time. First where you are, and every 2 years you have to adapt. So some people are stuck in the same hole for the 20 years of their life. This is not. So every 2 years you have, whether it is doctor, engineer, everybody is same. Are you happy? So happiness is, see, people forget that. So sometimes they are not happy, but they are stuck in that. If you are not happy, look for options to make yourself happy. So they are happy, the salary they get. Oh, if I leave this job, will I get a job? But you're not happy. You see? So this is the thing. Be sure what you want and see the happiness quotient.
Be human or robot?
No, many people accept things which make them unhappy just because they don't want to take the challenge. See, challenge. See, you will succeed. See, there is always, I'm sure you know the word leap of faith. You have to take a leap of faith.
But they think it's gambling.
It's not gambling. It's structured. It's structured. You have to trust yourself. It's gambling because you don't see. Now, for example, I did medicine. One of the reasons my father, he advised me. I'm the first doctor in my family. We are basically from farming background. My grandparents are all farmers. So what he said is, my father, he told me this. I was not sure which one. which line to take. He said, medicine is one thing that even if you don't have a infrastructure, only you have a stethoscope, you can practice village, on the roadside, you will not go hungry, you know. He said, this is one profession where even if you sit in a small shop, you can make enough to this one. So you have to have that trust in yourself. Many doctors are, I'm very sorry to say, they don't want to get out of their comfort zone. They don't want to get. This is a new breed of youngsters. My colleagues, they don't want to take that risk, or they don't want to change. So they are in that comfort zone, they don't want to change. So anybody coming to the UAE today, don't see UAE with the skyscrapers. So UAE at one point of time was also tents and camels and everything. So from that they reached, not in one day. It took them 50 years to reach this one. You don't jump and think of the skyscrapers. You have to start from level and then assess yourself. Where are you? Are you good enough to go to next level? What you require to be next level, you need to be working more hard. You cannot do 9 to 5 job and expect to be next level. I never work 9 to 5. I am 20. In UAE, by the way, one more thing. Whether you are, if you want success, you have to switch on 24/7.
Doctor, UAE, this country which have a special thing that we cannot find in all the countries over the world, peace and security. That starts from His Highness. First step is Sheikh Zayed, and son of Zayed, they make UAE number one in the world. What we will say for UAE leaders and government for this opportunity that they give it to us?
First of all, from the bottom of my heart, a big thank you to all the rulers and all the highnesses, because without them, this country would not be where it is today. My humble request to all the highnesses today are, please keep doing the good work the founding fathers have done. You are doing a brilliant job. We are happy here. And for me, I come from India. If you ask me, somebody asked me if I got a chance again, what would I do? I said I will start in UAE and remain in UAE. And earlier during the interview, they asked me, how come, why did you come to UAE? I came to UAE to go to UK. By the way, I have not been to UK as yet. I have never been to UK. I'm here 33 years. I visited more than 90 countries, but UK. So this is fate. I love this country. I would like to give back to this. What I'm doing now is giving back to this country with healthcare. What is, I feel, is little bit of, there is a gap. I love the leaders of this country. My thumbs up to all of them. Keep doing the great work. And we are there to take whatever advice is given to us, take it forward in the society. Thank you very much.
Doctor, from our side also, we are so proud to be with you, and we have other people that we are about to ending this program with a new year. Congrats from your side to everyone in this country.
My New Year message to everyone is, without health you are nothing. I wish all of you good health. During the course of the interview I have said many things. Take at least one of them to your heart. Eat healthy. Spend some time to do a little bit of exercise every day. Sleep well. Sleep is, this is one thing I tell you, I am not doing very well is sleep. Sleep is very important. Don't be over greedy in whatever you do. Relax. Learn to smile. Have good friends. And have a great, great New Year. I wish all of you the very best.
في كل إمارة تروح تسندك عقل وروح بر ومدن وجبال حاجة ترد الروح دار سواحلها فلت جدايلها حتى القمر يا ناس بالشعر